Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dr. Wheel Show. It's been a couple of weeks, y'all, and now I'm back. Now, normally I do a little ed tech thing, but now we're on the BU EDU movement, and I'm here with three fantastic educators, and we're going to bring this movement to you live. So, before we get into it, let's hit the introductions. I have Patricia Brown, Rusul Alrubail. I just messing that up, so I'm sorry. And then I have Sarah, the teacher, Sarah Thomas. I'm messing that name up. And so let's make our introductions and we can get into these questions. Patricia, tell the people who you are.
Well, I am Patricia Brown. I am a technology integration coach in St. Louis, Missouri. I spent 9 years in the classroom. In the last 6 years, I've been a technology coach. I present at conferences and do trainings, and I also write for EdSurge magazine.
EdSurge, big time, big time. She's slumming it with us today, y'all. Slumming. Rasul, introduce yourself, please.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rusul, and that's Alrubail, but it's okay if you can't pronounce it. I tell my students not to say it's okay. I say, no, that's your name. It's your identity, right? But it's fine with you, Will. And then I was a professor at Seneca College for 5 years, and now I'm an educator in residence at Design Co-Founders. What else? I'm a contributor, community facilitator, and blogger at Edutopia, and I'm working on the writing project, an essay writing framework for students. And I love being a connected educator.
Awesome. It's on a podcast with me. And we, come on. This is my road dog right here. Ride or die, Sarah the teacher. Come on, tell these people who you are.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Thomas, and I am an 8th grade English language arts / technology teacher from Maryland. And I'm also the school's technology liaison. Started up a project called EduMatch, which seeks to make global connections with educators around the world. And I am also a huge fan of connections, so very, very excited to be here. Thank you very much.
That's all right. That's all right. I need to stop there because I'm not gonna be like y'all gonna learn something today. Y'all gonna learn something today.
Yeah.
You know what? That's so wrong. That is so wrong. Okay, y'all. This movement was started by Sarah and that amazing blog post she wrote, and from that, it took another meaning for me because I think that a lot of us live our lives on autopilot or wonder of what other people are doing instead of living a life of intention and purpose. So as we look at other folks, what they're doing to define themselves, and then we start to go, I'm liking their shine. I'm liking their shine, and I want some of that. So, and that starts to kind of rob us of who we are. And so when we start thinking about that, what does ownership mean to you, and why do you think ownership is so important for educators? You want to hit that up, Rusul?
Yeah, sure. I think so I became a connected educator. I think a lot of people have read my story because I wrote about it a few times. But for those of you who don't know, I recently, well, last year actually, so a year ago exactly, I became a connected educator and connected with Will and Sarah and Patricia. Actually, really recently with Patricia, which is awesome. I'm so happy I connected with you. During that time, I learned so much about, basically how to represent myself in the digital world. And it's something that doesn't really come off easy because, there's that professional side and then there's that personal side, and you're always wondering, whether you should split them up or you can get them, mesh them together, and it's kind of hard to navigate for for the first time. And I really like projects like EduMatch, where it helps people connect and make things easier for teachers and educators to connect and get to know each other. But yeah, so I started blogging, and I met wonderful people like you. And I think the important thing is just to have each other and support each other. And I think without your support, I really wouldn't be able to be so excited about being a connected educator. It's because of you guys.
Awesome. You're giving us, well, me too much credit.
No.
Patricia.
Yeah. So being connected is very important. I actually got connected through Sarah, and we kind of found each other on Twitter. But I think taking ownership is just kind of knowing who you are and finding out what your passion is. And usually that leads you to other people that kind of have a similar passion or the same passion you do. But then just being the best person that you can do and find out what your strengths are, and then just identifying what your purpose is a way that I feel like that's taking ownership for myself, being responsible for me and knowing what I can contribute to the world. And so I just think that's really, really important.
Sarah.
Hey. Okay. Well, first of all, I have to say that this is my 10th year of teaching, and I've been connected for the past 2 years. And in these 2 years, I feel that I have grown so much more as a result of being connected to awesome people like you all on the panel. It's just been a game changer for me, for my students, and I mean, I really have like the highest respect and the highest gratitude for the three of you, as well as for everyone else in my PLN who's been so open and sharing of ideas. I think that sharing part really, really comes into play when you talk about connections, because educators, we tend to come from a mindset of modesty a lot of times, and we're kind of reluctant to share, who's really listening to me, who cares. But the fact is that we all care, because we all benefit when we have different people share their stories, because from that we get the what works, what doesn't work, and we can just continue to tweak and come up with best practices together. So it's just wonderful to be able to collaborate and connect at a grassroots level.
Awesome. So as educators, there is so much and so many things we learn about. Curriculum and instruction, building relationships with our students, as well as the latest trends and technology tools used in the classroom. Yet honoring ourselves is something that generally is left off the list. What do you think is key to someone fully honoring themselves? Patricia?
That is a difficult thing to do. A lot of times we don't want to come off as arrogant or feeling like we're better than someone else, but I do think it's important to brag on ourselves. Celebrate your accomplishments, celebrate what you do well. You don't even have to be the one to do it. You can just by what you are doing, you just do it without feeling like you need to be recognized. People often recognize you. So I think it's just important to just celebrate yourself, recognize what you do well, and just embrace that and be happy, and don't feel like you are putting too much pressure on yourself, or just be you. Like you say, be you. Do what you feel that you're passionate about, and do what you feel that makes you stand out. And I know it's hard to do, but sometimes you have to pat your own self on the back. I tell my little kids all the time, give yourself a pat on the back. Sometimes you just have to do that.
All right. Rusul?
I love the pat on the back. It's amazing. I use it all the time with my kids too. They don't pat themselves though, because they're just, they're too adult. But I agree. I think to me it's all about being authentic, and I think that's something that I really it's not that I struggled with. It's that you have to learn how to, I guess, be you, but at the same time be the educator you without losing yourself. And so that was something I struggled with in the beginning. And I guess it's kind of what people say, it's about finding your voice. And so yeah, I kind of now tweet education, and I tweet about race with EduColor, and I tweet about social justice issues that I was really uncomfortable talking about. And I think having being part of the EduColor group really brought out that voice that I was looking for, or that I had, but I couldn't really, find in myself. And so having that supportive group really, really made a big difference. So now I'm comfortable tweeting about whatever that feels good in my heart and that I want to share. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, I just always have this saying that, follow your heart. What feels right to you, just do it, and be you.
Sarah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what both Patricia and Rusul was saying just now. There's great information there, and I think that we should definitely be authentic. We need to bring whatever we're strong in to the table, because everybody is strong in something different than other people. So with that knowledge, with that shared knowledge, then it's just a beautiful thing being able to share that knowledge. Like I was just in the Sat Chat Boxer group this morning, and I think it was Doug who quoted Tammy Neal, who was saying that that a lot of being smart is knowing the right people to go to, or whatever, like the right people in your PLN who you know that you can hit up. This person that is good at this thing, this person's good at this thing. So yeah. So you don't have to know it all. You can just you can know who does know, and yeah. So it's just a collective wisdom. So I'm really digging it.
Awesome. Now, each of you are amazing educators who present at conferences, are connected, and contribute to best practices via blogs and conversations on Twitter and other social networks. So, in being retrospective, what are some of the obstacles or mental blocks have you had to confront in taking ownership of who you are, and what you have to offer? Sarah?
I guess for me, then there was that struggle that that y'all were talking about before, where I, at the beginning, I really did not want to stand out. There's certain things in my life that kind of made me more comfortable blending in as opposed to standing out. So it took a long time to get past that, and to recognize that our differences, what makes us unique, is a positive, and it's something that should be celebrated, as opposed to something that should be hidden. And once I kind of got that through my head, then that's when life really started to become more enjoyable, and that's when professionally as well, things started to turn. So I think that we should all educators should kind of grasp that mindset, that we all have something special to bring to the table, and just to own that, and #BU.
Awesome. Patricia?
Absolutely what Sarah said, I'm in total agreement. And sometimes I think when you look at other people and try to compare yourself with other people, you kind of lose yourself. And you can't be that other person. I think someone said if you ever try to be someone else, you'll always be number two. So it's best to just be you. So we just keep putting your #BU. But I think it's important that you are yourself. And I mean, you can't be anybody else. And so, like I mentioned before, finding your path, finding what you're good at, and knowing that there is something out there that you have to offer that someone else needs. You are going to be able to feed into someone else's life and be an inspiration to them. And there's nobody else in this world that's like you. So you were brought here for a purpose. And so just understanding that and knowing that you have something to offer, and just understanding what you're good at, and then just keep feeding that. So if you're good at something, keep learning more about a topic that you're interested in, or an area that you are most passionate about. I think that's what's most important. And then when you do that and you find out what the need is, you're definitely going to stand out whether you like it or not.
Rusul?
I totally agree with both ladies. It's again about I really, Sarah, your point hit home, like right home, right here. Because I know what it feels like, and you know it's always a struggle for us to stand out in a good way, even, but it's easier to blend in with others, and I've struggled that throughout all my life for so many reasons. But that's here's where again I go back to, you know, I won't be able to be the individual that I am without you guys and your support. So I can try, but if everyone keeps, you know, putting you down all the time, it hurts in the end and it impacts. And that's when I think of the students. You know, we have to be their support system because sometimes we're the only ones that they have. And yeah, so I think support systems really push people to be more authentic and be who they are. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Y'all laying it down tonight. Y'all laying it down tonight. So let's get on a more positive note. So each of you are connected to somebody's getting a hangout invite over
I'm
there.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'll call that person back. Sorry about that.
Look at her. She's so boss. She's always in demand.
exactly. So shocking.
No, no. Y'all are too funny.
Always in demand. I told you they slumming with me tonight, y'all. They slumming with me.
No.
Felt pity on Dr. Will tonight. So, okay, on a more positive note, all of you are connected to a lot of different educators online and offline who you see have taken ownership of themselves. What lessons have you learned from them? Rusul?
There's so many lessons I can think of. Um, I guess you know, from I think you know, Sarah and I usually go through the same thing kind of. I feel like on Twitter, so it's interesting. And you know, there's women from Educolor that are strong and they're such good role models, and I always look up to them because they're just who they are and they're unapologetic, and to me that's wow, I want to be that, you know. And so I look up to people like that. What else? I also like, you know, I look up to people that are constantly exude positivity. So people like Dina, I think you're all connected with her. Always so positive and always looks at the good in people. So yeah, people like that. It's just there's something good in everyone, and there's something interesting in everyone. Yeah. Again, it goes back to your movement. Well, it has to be you, you know. So being you is basically what is good in, you know, the thing that comes out of you is what is so special about you.
Awesome. Patricia?
When I first meet someone, the first thing I ask them is what their Twitter handle is, and if they're not on Twitter, I just give them a face like, "Are you serious? At this age, you are not on Twitter? Do you not understand the amount of professional development and connectedness you are missing by not being on Twitter?" And so, oh my God, I just can't even tell you the amount of valuable information I receive and the connections I have made just through Twitter, for myself, for my students, for other staff members. I mean, it's just incredible. And even through the other social networking programs. But I just, it's just invaluable. I mean, I have learned so much, and I always say I've taken hundreds of classes, attended probably thousands of classes in all of those places combined, just because it's just so much. And so I just love the fact that you're able to connect with so many different people. You can find people that have the same likes, have the same roles. I found someone that had 5 kids just like I do, and is a tech coordinator, 5 children. The only difference is she has a girl and I have all boys. But it's just like you find people that you can connect with, and you're not the only one out there. And so that it kind of confirms things that you are thinking when you can find someone else that you can connect with, and it also allows you to learn something new. And I just can't even tell you how much I've learned from just being out there. And that's just one avenue.
Patricia, you know who else has 5 kids that you might, I don't know if you're connected with her. Alice Keeler has 5 kids. Do you know her?
Say that again?
Alice Keeler has 5 kids too.
No, I'll have to find her.
Yeah, you have to find her.
Wow. Alice Keeler is not an educator. Don't be fooled. She's a soldier. This woman gave birth, and like 5 days later, she was presenting, holding the baby in her hand.
Oh, God.
All right.
He's right.
That woman dedicated to the cause.
I need to connect with her, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to get that woman a Purple Heart, because she's
amazing.
She's okay. I'm just getting all over here. You see, I'm sweating on here. I see I'm sweating like I got a fever over here. I'm just too cheap to cut the AC on right now. So Sarah, what have you learned from the people you've connected with about taking ownership?
Oh my goodness, so much. I guess like one of the things that I found as a result of being connected is that I've found my crew. I found multiple crews, just, people where you can share ideas with and just grow together. Like I just love that, and I consider everybody on this panel part of my crew. And it's just great having this, because I feel like that's what's been missing the first 8 years that I was a teacher. No, let me rephrase that. There have definitely been crews. I have a crew at school, yes, but I don't have an international crew at school. I do. I'm a French immersion school, but okay, y'all know what I'm saying.
That's bilingual, right? Or no, that's international to Americans, I guess, right?
Right. Yeah. See, you're in Canada, so that's international, But it's just expanded my mind so much, and being able to speak about like new things that were brand new to me, like gamification. I was just like, what's that? And somebody in my county brought it to my attention. And, it really interests me. We tried it out. And then I met someone else, like, through, pretty much through connections that I made online. And the gamification just kind of exploded in my classroom. So, that's just like one example out of many. But there's just been so much professionally and so much personally. Just everything has just changed as a result of being connected. So, yeah.
Awesome. So before we get out of here, what is it that you want the viewers of this podcast to take away from owning who you are? Patricia?
Okay, simple. Find your passion. Be you. Be authentic. Get connected.
And she drops the mic and walks away.
That's it. Simply put, that's all we're telling you should do. Get connected. And be you.
Rusul?
I think Patricia said it all. Follow your heart. I agree with find your passion. I think that's so important. Find your voice. Do not think about what people think. Don't worry about people's judgment. People always judge. Just be who you are and what feels right to you. Be you.
All right, Sarah?
I would definitely agree with what y'all have said. I don't really have much to add. I guess just the fact, I guess, have that confidence that of what you bring to the table. And I know that a lot of times it's hard to find that confidence, especially at first. But the more connected you get, and the more you tell your story, then the more power you have. Because when you get input from other people and you connect, and you just grow so much. So put it out there, don't be shy, put your ideas out there, have that confidence to do so, and just watch your life change, I guess.
Awesome, awesome. Now I want to say, believe in yourself, have faith in yourself and your journey.
Love that.
Because there's a lot of us who, as we're starting to own ourselves and we're looking at what other people are doing on Twitter, we may apply to be a Google certified teacher. We may apply to be an Apple distinguished educator, or we may apply for the PBS or other things, and we may or may not get them, and you may be down on yourself and wondering why, and comparing yourself to other people and going, what do they have that I don't have? And I say, that's nonsense. Kick that to the curb, throw it out in the trash, whatever you need to do to remove it from your whole being.
So good.
And have faith and understand that who you are and what you are is enough, and your journey is going to take you where you need to be for you to shine like that diamond you are. So celebrate yourself. As Patricia said, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
Put on a nice pimp stroll and a theme song and do your thing. So I want to thank everyone for being a guest tonight. Hopefully we had a great conversation. Everyone had a good time. It was awesome. I loved hanging out with you. I haven't hung out with Patricia this way, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
So cool. We should do it more often.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So just to clarify, because I want no misunderstanding, shout out to Alice Keeler, who is a Google Labs ninja. I may have had a little fun calling her a soldier, but she's serious business in the ed tech game. So I want people to understand. Jokes, people. Jokes.
She's awesome.
She is a great educator. Follow her on Twitter. Follow her blog, and you will never, ever be disappointed. The woman is about her business. All right, people. Thank you for watching the Dr. Will Show, and tune in for next week's episode where I'll be talking to new teachers and their experiences, whether it be generational differences or theory to practice in the classroom. Until next week, I'm out. Peace. Be you.